Hello YouTube, Ken Hao here with another Black Desert Online video for you. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the summer season that opened in Korea a couple of weeks ago, the second season here in the Korean server. I know outside of Korea, the summer season is the first season server round, I guess. But here in Korea, we had the spring season first, and now we are rolling out, or we're going through the second season, which is the summer season for us. So we're going to be going over what changed, what's different this time around. Of course, it's too early. The season just started here in Korea, and last time they changed quite a few things as we progressed through the season. So stay tuned at the end of the summer season here in Korea for my final thoughts and the final results of what we accomplished and what the changes they might have made throughout all this process. So let's get started. Let's start by looking here. Let me pull up my UI here. And I think the first thing that we should look at here is the season server rewards for the season pass. They are fairly different. They change a lot. Then the missions also change, but they're still fairly easy. This is just about completing the main quest parts and leveling up and killing a few random mobs. A lot less than the original season when they first open up, and of course I'm enhancing here. They're most of the same type of items anyways. You got some, they got a costume here, and the box that gives you items as you progress. You got some inventory slots, some gold, some 7-day value pack, and 7-day Kamasuo blasting. This time they added, this time I think last time they did not have all 3 buffs, but this time they do have the Kamasuo blasting, the Old Moon buff, and the value pack. So all 3 of them are included in season pass this time around. Only 7 days, of course. No, so not a huge gain there, but no, for the price you're paying to get a costume plus all these goodies here, it's pretty good deal. I might be getting this one. I haven't decided yet, but I might be getting one here. I'll decide once I get all the other things I want to get first. Anyways, so as we can see here, we got some horse skill change coupon for some reason, some device of Valks here, some loot scrolls and things like that. Now you might be wondering what these leaves are, these items here are. These are the cocoa leaves, and these are the new rewards that you collect throughout the season. And up to now, I've been able to collect, let me see here, I'm almost done with the season challenges. I won't be getting any more leaves from the challenges here. Of course, unless I go from buy the season pass, then I'll be getting quite a few more here. So I guess I'm done with the, so as far as being free to play, this is going to be it for cocoa leaves, and right now I have 66. There might be some other ways to get them in other ways. I haven't been able to find them yet. I've only been playing since the 7th, which is I guess a week. And what you can get with those cocoa leaves is you can get some Valk scribes, you can get some Cron stones. We get the first 2 items here on the list, 5 cocoa leaves for 1 Valk's tears or Valk's cry, I forgot this called in English, and then 5 for 3 Cron stones. And then on the second bracket there, 7 of these leaves you can get 3 memory fragments, no, not memory fragments, artisan memories. And then the next one is inventory slot, 2 more, and for 10 you get a advice of Valk's little bit loot box there from 25 to 35. And then the last bracket here, the big one with the big ticket items, you get for 20 of these leaves you can get 50 advice of Valks, 50, not a loot box, just a straight up 50 plus 50 advice of Valks. For 20 you can get Kaffir stones bundle from 10 to 50. And then for 20 you can get 1 more of these stones here, these alchemy stones or spirit stones that help. We're gonna help you level up to give you some XP, some monster AP, and some attack speed and stuff like that. And also some inventory weight increase there, plus 50. So not a bad deal. If you don't need anything else here, 20 of these might help you level up characters. And then for 30 you get another Kaffir stones bundle. This one is from 50 to 100 Kaffir stones, and then you get advice of Valks plus 60. And you get a Kamasuo blasting 20 days, or an Old Moon buff for 20 days. And then for 30 still you can get the wizard pet, and you can get a tier 8 horse. You can get Manos accessories. You got the horse crop thing that makes your horse go faster, and you get a necklace, earring, or the ring, or the belt. And the last ones here for 40 and 50, these are weapon exchange coupons. The ones for 40 is 1 for your main hand, 1 for your offhand, and 1 for your awakening. And the 51 is a 3-pack, it says there, a set. As I mentioned in the first video, I'm not sure how these are going to work. It says just as weapon exchange here. I'm not sure if this is the same ones that were available in the Pro Shop. I think they removed them from the Pro Shop. Let me double check here real quick. Yeah, I couldn't find them anywhere in the cash shop. Once I know more information, I'll let you guys know in a future video. But for now, it just says here weapon exchange coupon. So it may be something related to the season server, or it could just be the good old season weapon exchange coupons that we had before that allow you to change classes. If you're looking to change mains, you can exchange your weapons for a weapon of a different class. So stay tuned for a future video when I find out more information about this. But yeah, this is pretty much the main new reward here from the season server. The end of season reward is now going to be a spirit stone that is, in my opinion, not really worth it. Let me pull up here on the website so we can look it up together, and I'll put a picture on the screen. All right, so here you go. You can see it on the screen now. This is a spirit stone. As I said, it has 150 charges, lasts 5 minutes each of the charges, and it's going to give you damage taken from monster minus 5%. It has damage reduction plus 4. It gives you health regen per hit of 1, so every time you hit, you're gonna, or per hit, you're gonna regen 1 health, and then also gives you resistance plus 5 and movement speed 5%, of course. So it's resistance 5% and movement speed 5%, and then 200 plus health and 100 plus stamina. Stats are not terrible, but of course this is a spirit stone, so it's not, once you use it, it's going to be gone unless they give you a way to exchange for a new one or something like that. And it also gives you 1 DP, just like Vel's Heart gives you 3 extra AP. This one gives you plus 1 DP, and this is for damage reduction. Damage reduction DP. But yeah, so this is the main reward at the end of the season. You're gonna get this just like last time. You had the Kaposha pieces. This time around, you're gonna be getting this spirit stone instead. The other item to talk about here is these drops here, that they drop just like any of the other stones from the season server. You can collect them from random monsters or random drops, and you can exchange them for things like potion boxes or more of these stones that you're going to use for enhancing, the purple stone here or these other 2 stones. And what else? Advice of Valks plus 50, Advice of Valks plus 40. So the Advice of Valks plus 50 is going to cost you 150 of these, and I've been grinding since the beginning. I think I exchanged a couple of these for the purple stones, but it wasn't that many, maybe 30 of them. These here don't drop very often, so it gets pretty expensive to get the Advice of Valks plus 50. For 150 of these, you're going to be grinding for quite a long time to be able to collect enough of these things here to trade for one single plus 50 Advice of Valks. Doesn't seem worth it in my opinion, but then again, the other items are not fantastic. It might be better to just use to gather these stones here to get your heat gear to pen, and then pretty much just passively gather these, and at the end of the season, if you get 150 or 100, you can change them for your Advice of Valks. The other thing to talk about here, of course, is that they got rid of the weekly quests that we had here before on the season server. They're no longer available. So that's sad, because they're a pretty good way to get a nice chunk of stones for enhancing your gear. What they did do this time around is they added quests that are related to different zones and different levels, and you can get different rewards from them. So they got quests, quick kill quests here in Gahaz, for you to go kill monsters in Gahaz, and then also Crescents over here in Nagas and Fogans, and then here in Grana they got also Polyforest and Fadus, and then in Drigan, Blood Wolves and Tisha Ruins, and they give you a combination of experience. About 1% of 59 I was getting for them for killing 200 mobs. I got about 1% experience. Not fantastic for a one-time thing. After killing 200 mobs and competing with 10 other people in every spot for 10 mobs, for 200 mobs, it was not a very fun prospect. But it also gives you some of these stones here. You can get 120 in 2 of these places. I think Kadris and Bashams, I think I got 100 of these. I think I forgot to mention it a minute ago. But yeah, Bashans and Kadris is also a place where you can get rewards. But you can get some of these stones here as well as experience. You can also get Tubala gear. I got this dual Tubala ring and this dual Tubala earring from 2 of those places, and I guess a Tubala belt, a dual Tubala belt as well from those areas. So you get those accessories. It helps you, just gives you a boost to get started on your accessories. They did not mention anything about these quests being repeatable, so it looks like once you go to each of those areas and clear them, you're going to be out of luck and have to go grind your experience and your stones just from regular everyday grinding. And I think that's unfortunate, because it was nice to be able to just, if you didn't want to grind for the week, just go and do the kill quest for the week, for the weekly kill quest from the season server, and get a bunch of these stones to help you enhance if you didn't want to deal with the 300 other people fighting for your spot. So that's a loss in my opinion. And then the other thing to talk about here is the addition of the Naru gear, which when I made my first video on the opening of the server, I was under the impression that the Naru gear would be specific for season characters because they released on the same day of as the season server, and they also made it so there's a special conversion that you can make from the Naru gear to the Tubala gear. Apparently the Naru gear is just the new beginner quest gear they're going to be getting with all your characters regardless of whether or not they are season characters, and the stats are pretty low. So don't expect to be able to carry your season character through the game just from the Naru gear, and you probably will be struggling quite a bit. I still recommend that you get your accessories from the main story quest with another character and hand it to your season character to start out when you're first starting out with the leveling up process, and your quest gear as well, your quest armor from Valencia, I believe, and then the later quests, because the Naru gear is not really going to be able to help you that much. The interesting thing that they did with the Naru gear is that once you get a piece to pen, you can then exchange that piece of gear for a Pry Tubala gear. That's going to reduce the amount of stones, the blue stones, and in general the stones you're going to need to get your Tubala gear to Pry, and of course from Pry you can get them to try using these stones here, and then just keep going up and down if you don't want to use Crown stones to get your Tubala gear to pen. So they reduce the grinding here in the beginning, at least to get you set up to Pry, and then from there you got to start the grind again to get your gear. So in a way it's good. They help people, they're kind of funneling people through the quest, right? They're kind of forcing people to go through the quest progression to get all these rewards here and to get your Naru pieces, and you also get a lot of the stones that you're going to need to enhance your Naru gear to pen from the quests. And don't be worried about running out of stones, because by the time I finish getting my relevant pieces of Naru gear to pen with my armor and my weapons, I still have about 2,000 of the enhancing stones for the Naru gear. So don't do like me and waste Crown stones trying to get your Naru gear to pen, because you're gonna have a lot of leftover stones at the end of your pen enhancing process for the Naru gear. And the other thing is that you're gonna have to finish all your main story Medea quest before you can exchange your pen Naru into Pry Tubala. So again, they're trying to funnel people and make people follow the storyline at least up until Medea. The good news, I guess, in a way, is that now, unlike the first season here in Korea anyways, you don't need to do the main story quests until Valencia. You can stop after Medea. There are no other requirements here that I've seen for you to go all the way to Valencia. I'm still doing it because the ring is nice for my characters, my alt, and then also the fail stacks, of course, are very nice. So you might want to still bring your character all the way through Valencia anyways to get that done. But at least if you don't want to, you don't have to, you can just stop and go grind and go do whatever you want, or go back to your main character. But yeah, in a way it's nice. They're trying to reduce the grind, but another way they're also giving a lot less of these stones in rewards. I think before in the season server they would give you a lot of these stones as rewards from quests, some of them through those 40 daily quests that you did to get the Capoccia earrings with the season server NPC. Now you don't have that anymore, so you're not getting those stones that you got from there. So really the only way to get these stones is through grinding now, from what I've seen. So it's at least good that they're reducing the grinding by making you go to the main quest and getting your Tubala straight from Pry instead of having to get it to Pry, because that's going to save you a lot of stones, right? Let's be honest. But also, let's be honest, it's kind of a weird way to do it, make you enhance two pieces of gear, first one all the way to pen, and then turn it into Pry, and then start all the way to pen again. Seems like a little bit of a convoluted way of doing things, but that's the way they're going with right now. So this is, I think, all that I can think about talking about here. Now, as I'm scrolling here through the season pass rewards, you can see here, all these icons, unless you're a new player. The only new thing here, as I mentioned, is the leaves, the cocoa leaves, and also I guess these are the stones they're going to be getting to enhance your Naru gear. You got a couple of them here, and then here, and then there's the Naru accessories, and then some more of these. Everything else here you guys should know unless you are a new player. And if you have questions, if you are a new player and you don't know, you feel free to ask me in a comment down below. But yeah, I'm going to keep leveling up on my Hasashin here until I get him to 60, and then wait for the Awakening quest, which will be coming out in August, I believe, is what they said before. So, and then I began unlocking my Hasashin Awakening and going through that and practicing so I can release a guide for pre-awakening and awakening and hopefully succession at some point whenever that comes out. So if you're looking forward for Hasashin information, stay tuned here on the channel. I'll be releasing those videos as soon as I can, as soon as I feel comfortable playing the class. I feel like I'm almost there, but I want to get him to 60 and grind a little more so that I can have a better grasp of his skills. Well, I think that's all that I wanted to say here about the season server. If you have any additional questions, feel free to post them in the comments below and I'll be happy to try to help you. But as always, if you liked the video and thought it was informative, I'll appreciate it if you could hit that like button. And if you want to see more video content from me, don't forget to subscribe and also come and join our Twitch streams and our Discord community. Links for all those things down below. And that's going to be it from me from now, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.